Christopher Newport is a perfect 2 for 2 at the Indoor Championships since joining the CAC and seeks its third straight title this weekend at the 2016 CAC Women's Indoor Track and Field Championships at the Freeman Center. Reigning Indoor Athlete of the Year Eliza Streeter of Wesley will look to repeat her success from last year when she captured a trio of gold medal finishes. CNU's Anuma Ezenwa, Jennifer Westerholm, and Brianna Sutton, and Salisbury's Megan McGowan represented the CAC at the NCAA Indoor National Championships last winter. Ezenwa placed third in the pentathlon, and McGowan claimed All-America honors with a 5th place mark in the high jump to highlight the performances. Which CAC student athletes will qualify for the NCAA meet this year? And who will CNU's biggest challengers be at this year's CAC Championship? Let's take a closer look at all 7 teams entering this weekend's championship event.
Obviously, we graduated Anuma Ezenwa. She's one of the top multi-event athletes in the country, top scorer in the conference both years that we've been in so far. So those are big shoes to fill. One of her heptathlon teammates, Annie Crowley, also graduated. Lauren Snell in the pole vault kind of led things for us in that event. So those are tough people to lose and to have to recover from.
Yeah, so our team goal obviously is to win another CAC title and hopefully see some PRs at the end of the season to finish it out. And individually, I hope that I can do my part, do well, and contribute to that.
Well, we have Jenny Westerholm, who was right on Anuma's heels at the national level in the pentathlon. Brianna Sutton also was a national qualifier in the combined events, so they're ready to fill in. We've got some good throwers, young throwers who are continuing to develop. Hannah Shoemaker, Kayla Jones, and then we get Logan Harrington back in the distance side. She sat out of last year's indoor season, but she's obviously one of the top middle distance runners in the country, so it's nice to have that to plug back into the team.
I'm really excited to see how all the freshmen do at their first conference championships, and I'm also excited to see how all the competition does, because there's a lot of really good people competing, so it should be a fun meet to be in.
Well, we're really excited about our freshman class. They've been putting a lot of hard work in, and they're making the adjustment to the college level. We put in a pretty busy January for them, so I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how they bounce back and perform at their first championship meet. Hannah Bowden is one of the top hurdlers in the conference already. She's also going to be one of our new heptathletes going forward. So excited to see where she's going. Molly McCabe is going to have a good season for us. Sarah Johnson over in the throws, and obviously Jessica Brownell in the pole vault, one of the top conference pole vaulters coming into the meet as well.
This season, we raced the DMR at JDL, so that was probably the most memorable part. We ended up breaking the CAC record, so that was fun to do with my teammates.
We've had a busy January, a few weather disruptions along the way. We were able to get our meets in. Just the way the schedule worked out, our training load was pretty heavy going through. We had a lot of Friday meets that they were working through, but the objective of January was to put a lot of hard work in so that we had a good foundation coming into the championships. I think the teams responded pretty well to it, and I think they're getting more and more excited about the fact that we're backing off a little bit on them and letting them freshen up for the championships coming up.
Yeah, we've been training really hard since January, so now we're kind of tapering down. We're seeing the results that we want to see, and hopefully we do well, but yeah, we seem to be in good shape. So
I've got a lot of youth, and they're still figuring things out a little bit. There's a lot of talent in that group, and they're working hard to figure out how to showcase it at the college level. Our veterans are doing what we know that they can do. Jenny, Logan, Brianna, they're a good group, and they're getting good work done for us.
I'm excited. I should be in all the jumps, I think, so I'm excited to do those. I want a PR. So the hurdles are going to be good. We have a good group running those, so excited. And the 4x4, that's my favorite. It's really great at CNU because it's a good balance between academics and athletics. Everyone's so supportive, and I love my team, so we have a good time.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, then I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
At a Division III school, you're primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
Well, the biggest thing with our women's team, which is not all that big, is we just want to try to keep getting better every week. We have some nice event coverage, even though we don't have many women. Like the men's team, we've got some new people have joined us that are immediately helping us out, and you know, both teams, the attitude has been really great, and their approach to practice is good. So, goal really is, you know, can we get better? And considering we're kind of thin, injuries always are something that we'd have to be a little concerned about.
I guess my goals and expectations is of course to do better than last year, my freshman year. And now the sophomore, I know how to better be training better. I guess have my body better prepared, and maybe not to run. I know not to run as many events and like all the smaller meets. Now we get to championships. I guess so. My goals would be to do better, to basically all my times to drop to run better personal records at the championships than I did my freshman year.
Biggest loss we had probably was Casey Columbus, you know, in the distance area there, and then Alexis Bush. Both of them were quality athletes and you know, medalists in different meets and conference championships and things. So we'll miss the two of them, not only because of the quality of their performance, but they also were very good teammates.
I would say probably just competing because our conference is pretty tough, so it's fun competing against higher competition. So probably the event is probably be the 200, most looking for the 200. In
the throwing area, we've got Elaine Saxton, who is showing some real improvement from last year. We think she's going to help us out there quite a bit. Zoe Harris is more of an outdoor javelin thrower, but indoor she throws shot for us, and she also is pretty much exceeding what she's done last year already. She also is probably going to help us out a little bit more in some of the running events by her choice as she moves towards some things outdoors. In the hurdles, we have Amy Virostek coming back, continues to show some real nice improvement there. In the sprints, we've got Kayla Truesdale, who was a multiple event medalist last year at CACs and running better than she was last year. And Destiny Logan had some injury issues last year, but seems to be running very well this year for us.
Because running against people at a higher level makes you want to be better, and just in general, just competing at a higher level is just so much fun, rather than just kind of the first couple meets were kind of just like as smaller meets, but as the meets get bigger and bigger to prepare a championship, to run better times. So it's just, I'm really excited to be able to run.
In the throws, we have a woman by the name of Holly Van Wee, who's going to help us with the shot and probably the weight. Shows a lot of ability there. Faith Thaxton, who's run cross country for us in the past, but has not been on our track team, is going to be on the track team this year, and that's going to be a big boost to the distance area, because she has some talent and she has some ability to run any of the distance events, and she'll probably help us out some in some of the relays. And then in the jumps, we have Heather Martin, who's pole vaulting and also triple jumping for us, and those have been two thin areas for us the last couple of years, so it's nice to see Heather come in and help us out. Well, as always, we have a tough schedule, competing against Division I, II, and III schools. We fortunately have the ability with our women to move them around into some different events, which helps us. You know, we sometimes can take a look at who our competition is at the meets and try to play for that. You know, take Kayla, for example. She's somebody that you want to try to match up with some good runners so that both runners really, or all runners in that race can maybe make it to nationals.
My favorite part, I would say, is just all the people that I meet, because since Spartanburg is kind of a smaller school, like our team is really close because you kind of have, like, who else is there? They kind of, especially over like winter break or spring break, when we stay on campus, no one's here. So just the team and like just how all the different personalities interact and just like meeting different people. So I guess the best part is just all the people I've met and all the friends I've met and all the connections I've met and just all the opportunities and experiences that I probably would never have.
Our goals this year are to really try to compete. Last year the women's team was just a little bit above the middle of the pack, so our goal is to at least match that and try to improve upon that finish. So if we can finish in the top 3 on both sides, I think that'll be a really successful indoor campaign for us at the championship.
Individually, I would say I'm trying to help my team out as much as possible, make as many points on the board. We got a lot of competition this year, so it's going to be a lot tougher than it was last year, but we're trying to move as forward as possible. And as a team, I think we can get, I really want us to get first, but I know we have a lot of numbers against us, but I feel like it's possible as everybody does their best, and I know our team is capable of it. I don't know, it's at CNU like it was last year, so it's kind of like the same go-around, but I think because we have so many new competitors that it'll be more intense and we'll have a lot more competition this year.
This year the schedule's been a little bit wonky. We had that snowstorm that happened about a week and a half ago, which kind of threw a wrench into our competition plans.
I would have to say my team. Our team bond has gotten a lot stronger. It's a lot of people from last year that we kind of just stuck around, and I think it'll be a lot more enjoyable because everybody's still here.
It's been relatively smooth for the most part, though it could be a little challenging at times not having come from somewhere that had an indoor facility. However, the training that we do outdoors, because the weather is so much more mild here than it was at my last institution, has made it's had an impact on how the student athletes are able to train and had a positive impact on their health. Training on indoor track, while it seems great because the tracks are smaller and the turns are a lot tighter, you can have a lot of lower leg injuries, which means you can have student athletes out for a while, whereas training outdoors, we haven't really had that many of those to speak of. So it's been really good. Mary Washington's it's a great place. And I think after this year, people are really going to start to want to come here to compete in track and field among the other sports.
I feel like as a track team, we kind of maneuvered around the snow when it came around, and it's still been preparing us really strongly. And I feel like we all support each other regardless if it's cold or not, regardless if it's indoor track, we still run outside, but we're getting there, and our coaches are really supportive. I like the team bond. As a freshman coming in, when I did come here, I feel like it definitely got me involved in a lot more things, and I met a lot more people through track, so I feel like that was a good aspect of it.
The CAC Student Athlete Advisory Committee promotes community service as one of the pillars of the organization's mission. CAC SAC members have impacted the communities surrounding their campuses in a variety of ways over the years.
The student athletes realize that it's important to give back to the community and make those connections between community members, whether it's nonprofits, whether it's groups of kids and clubs and organizations, whether it's senior citizens. Student athletes realize that, and they want and they have a desire, a true desire to give back to their community.
It's really important because it lets other people know what the Student Athlete Advisory Committee is about, because most people aren't aware of what we do. It bridges a gap between the communities, the student athlete community and the outside community.
It's very important for SAC to be involved like this. Whenever you have athletes that are very passionate about causes, and to put good people towards good causes is the best thing to do.
I think one of the most important functions of SAC is, the community involvement piece. It gives back to the school, it gives back to the community, which makes both better.
I would like for our women to also double our point totals from last indoor championship and use this experience to grow as a team, to compete, as well as we are preparing for ECAC and NCAA.
I feel like to set a goal is not what we need, just because if you set a goal, you hinder yourself from going even further. So I feel like as a team, what we need is preparation and just to do our best and go for it, as well as individual. Just leaving everything out there is the most important thing, because other than that, that's all you need.
Nicole Lindy was an 800 runner for us last year. She also transitioned up to University Park to finish her, I believe it was biological engineering degree, and she is a member of the club team up there.
I'm looking forward to the competition. I'm really excited because this is my first year at CAC's, so I think it's going to be really intense, and I'm looking forward to some different things.
Caitlin Gould has transitioned to endurance from long sprints. She's a key returner, as well as Janelle Codling is helping us in short sprints and long sprints this year.
The most memorable part was probably dislocating my leg. I was so upset when it happened, but then I realized it was the drive that made me compete as well as I am, and the drive just to support my team overall.
Logan Akers is new, helping us in endurance. Fallon Joseph is in throws. Rachel Hare in throws. Ashley Peart in long jump as well as sprints, and Ashley Williams in hurdles, long jump, and sprints. Our schedule this year allowed for a variety of competitions. We were in scored meets. We competed at Division I, Division II, and Division III meets. We even stretched ourselves by sending some individuals up to University Park to compete against big-time Division I. I think that it's valuable to expose my athletes to the highest level of competition in track and field in college, while also allowing for my developing athletes to have some success in competition. So I think it played out well.
My favorite part about being a student athlete is just hanging out with all the other athletes. People know you, they know what you're doing. It's the competition, you see people compete, and that's awesome. The support of just the Penn State Harris Springs is awesome.
Those of us who are Division III student athletes, it's more than that, a lot more.
Sure, the game is important, but as we work so hard to build both mind and body, it's more about team.
That is why NCAA Division III teamed up with Special Olympics, and in giving the gift of sport to those for whom it seemed an impossible dream, we are working to make this a better world.
Help us keep that dream alive.
You can make a difference.
The goals and expectations for the women are very much the same. We want to compete at the highest level, compete for that championship. Again, like the men, there's a lot of parity on both sides. Christopher Newport has won the last couple years, and there's a great challenger come up. Wesley, it looks very, very good. If I was, going to predict, two teams that are going to fight it out. But sometimes when that happens, there's another team like Salisbury that could step in that role, and others. So when you look at the conference as a whole, Mary Washington had some great throwers. Frostburg has some quality sprinters. again, a lot of parity, and a lot of people are going to have a say in who comes away with the championship.
Our goals and expectations as a team, hopefully, is just to go out there and compete the best of our ability and hopefully bring home a conference championship. And individually, it's pretty much the same for me. I just really want to get out there. It's my last season and just run my hardest because we've been working so hard. So nice to see our results.
Our key returners this year, in the throws, Kate Ford, who is a senior, I think she's going to be key in the shot put. Juliana, who is a jumper, she switched over to the throws, did a little bit of throwing last year, fully committed to it over the summer. I think she's progressing very well in the weight and the shot put. I saw some good things in practice the other day out of her. Distances, Taylor Nance, Allison Swartz, and also Jessica Lane, who's again had a PR in the 3K a couple weeks ago. I was looking, all three of those women are looking strong. In the jumps, we've got Sarah Taylor, very good in the pole vault, getting back in the swing of things. Ashley Jackson, Christine Randall in the long and triple have looked very, very good lately, and also Megan McGowan, who is an All-American indoors in the high jump. Sprinters, Stephanie Beidel, Kelsey Larger, and Abby Richards in the sprints, and Abby in the hurdles. And then Chanel. Chanel is just a phenomenal competitor, very good leader, hard worker, and I think those women are really a key to our team this year.
Seeing our work hard, like our hard work, just see it on the track. Like we've been working hard since September, and to see those results and actually see those improvements on the track would be a really tremendous, just great thing to experience. I think was after the Georgia Mason meet, our coach read a list of PRs, and we had a number of PRs, and it was just great to see everybody improve, even from last season. And it was just great to see them because they've been working so hard during preseason, and even when we were in season, it was just great to see that.
Newcomers are kind of, again, two areas, the distances, sprints, hurdles. Distances, I think Carly and Fiona has really risen since cross country has gained some confidence. Those two women, I think, are going to contribute in some relays and individually in their events. And the sprints and hurdles, Jill and Jamie Farley. Jill kind of went over and worked with the high jump and jumped this past weekend, looked very, very good. Jamie's running very well in the 200 and the 400. Rachel Blackwell, Ashley Lutton have looked good in the short sprints. And then our hurdlers, Sierra Montz and Emily, have been strong and are learning and growing in the hurdles. We have a transfer, though, and we're excited about Brianna Sherman, who has been very strong and kind of learned a lot from Chanel and taking those steps to hopefully fill out those roles here in the future. Even
though we've had weather conditions that should have held us back, but they didn't, our coaches worked with us constantly in the just being in mags. Like, we still had workouts to do. We still found a way. Where there's a will, there is a way. So it was, we had those 2 days in, we still worked hard no matter what the weather threw at us.
I think with the women, we've got a young group of women, and I wish we had that one meet back from earlier this year. But from the first meet in December until this past weekend, I could see a dramatic difference in how they hold themselves, how they prepare mentally. They're not freshmen anymore. They've grown a lot as athletes, student athletes here, and I'm excited at what they can contribute in the team. But overall, everyone, I think we've got a good opportunity that if we place everybody in events where I think we can score the most points, we might squeak in there for a very, very high finish, and that's what I'm excited about.
I think I love seeing all the student athletes come together. Like, we'll go to a lacrosse game or go to a football game, and you see basketball, you see volleyball, you see all of us just coming together to support that team. Even though we play different individual sports, we still are able to come together. Even like academics-wise, I have teammates who still help me with my homework because they've taken those classes. So that's also really been a huge help for me.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
Our goal is to compete at the highest level that we can. Really for everyone to take care of their job, do their job. Everyone has a role. That's one thing I really like about the women's team. The dynamic of this team has been where we have someone good in pretty much probably 90% of the events, except for the long distance events. But up to the 800, we look strong in the running events. I think, this is the best women's team we've ever brought into the indoor championships. What that translates to in terms of team finishing, they have a shot, but so does everybody else. So all we can do is take care of our business, and at the end of the day, kind of let the chips fall where they fall, and if we are the champions, we're the champions. If not, so be it. As long as we did our best, I'll be happy.
When it comes to the team goals, I think our #1 goal is to be conference champions. We haven't got it yet, so I think that with the depth that we have in the team and the talent and the dedication and hard work, that is something that we should be able to accomplish together. Individually, I just want a PR, to be honest. Nothing's better than a PR.
I think everyone has pretty much built upon where they were last year. I think most of the women are having a good season. I know the mids they've really been impressive to me. It's a good mix of veterans. We now have juniors for the first time, whereas when all these girls came in, they came in with me 2 years ago. We were an all freshman team, so we've kind of grown up. We now have some juniors now. We have some sophomores. We had a good crop of freshmen that came in this year. So it's a team that's, as long as the roster stays intact, is kind of built for the future. If you keep adding pieces to it, it could be a really strong team. You have your normal run there, Denise Deserves and Elijah Streeters, who's the Conference Athlete of the Year. She's back, getting healthy, and Angel Hall stepped up, Alexia Mitchell stepped up. We need to get some help in the hurdles. Our hurdlers need to really step up. If they do that, I think we'll be fine here at the championships.
The 400, of course, I love the 400. I get excited when I run it. And there's a lot of competition, so I have to go in it with my mind, ready to run, do what I have to do.
Jordan Beverly in the throws. She's going to be a very good thrower. Kayla Mitchell, I think, is up there in the jumps right now. She actually had a really good jump up in New York that the meet official messed up, so she actually has a 11.19 triple jump mark, and so she's actually out around 37 feet right now. And then Evelina Slowball, I believe, is somewhere in the top 5 or something nationally right now in the 60-meter dash. I believe she's the conference record holder. I know she's our school record holder.
Well, we've been going to some really, really, really good meets where it's majority Division I schools, so it's teaching us to be prepared. You have to be in it from the start to finish. It's a really good experience, but it let us know that we have to work hard, regardless.
Recruiting somebody, I'll let them know that we run the toughest schedule in Division III. There's no doubt about that. We spend most of our time up in the Northeast, up in New York. We go against the top Division III teams along this on the East Coast, and then of course a couple of them are inside our own conference. And then we go up to New York and we compete against University of Connecticut and Rutgers, and we see them a few times a year. And Virginia, we just saw them recently. I think the schedule prepares us for meets like this. I think it gives us confidence, except when you're staring across the line at Lou Campbell. But it gives us confidence against our conference foes.
That I get to enjoy running, or being an athlete in general, and like having other people as well, like such as my teammates who are there. We all share the same goals. Like we want to be successful on and off the track, and that's what matters the most.
It's on us. It's on all of us. And it's time to act now.
We are calling you, all of you. We are calling all Division III schools to join our cause.
To recognize that non-consensual sex is sexual assault. To identify situations in which sexual assault may occur.
To intervene in situations where consent has not or cannot be given.
To create an environment in which sexual assault is unacceptable and survivors are supported.
This is our It's On Us pledge. It's on us to make a personal commitment to help keep all people safe from sexual assault, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, or ability.
Not to be bystanders to the problem, but to be leaders of the solution. We invite you to join us in this campaign by informing your campuses about the It's On Us mission.
Educate your student body, faculty, staff, and local community on how to prevent sexual assault and how to support survivors.
It's on us to start the change. It's on us to be the change. It's on us. It's on Division III. It's on all of us to stop sexual assault.
Last year we were 5th, but we were only 14 points out of 4th, so I'd like to see us break into the top 4 this year. I think it'd be a good step working towards a top 3 effort for outdoor and would set up nicely to roll right into the outdoor season. But also I'd like to keep focusing. We've had a lot of good PRs over the past couple meets for everybody, and I just want to keep focusing on PRing and getting better throughout the season. Key losses, Jess and Caroline obviously graduating very strong for us in mid-distance and distance, as well as Erica Quenzer. She's injured right now, but she'll be back for outdoor, so hoping to have her 100% healthy for that. Emily Cronice in the mid-distance 800, she's been strong for us the past 2 years. We're looking for another strong year from her, as well as Alicia and Kathleen have been strong across country and look to be strong in the 5K and 3K as well.
Yeah, well, last year we did really well in championships. We placed high, and we're just looking to place higher again this year. And individually, all year I've been beating my personal times as the meets go on, so I just hope to see some more PRs from myself and from everyone.
Elena and Jess from cross country did very well there. They're looking to make some impact in the middle distance and distance events, as well as Jada Griffin-Howard in the 400 has been looking solid and PRing week after week, so hopefully she can step up and do some big things at conferences.
I mean, obviously winning a conference championship is unimaginable. It was so great to be on that team, and then coming over into track, it's great with the high expectations from the coaches and from the teammates, just knowing what it's like to win a conference championship and hoping that everyone can share in that together with both sports as well.
The season's gone really well. We've broken a couple school records, almost one per meet, and we're just really focusing on that progression, working a lot with our sprints this year, making small steps, PRing week after week, and really can't ask for anything else than that. Had some good competition, really getting to see our conference helps us out, going to George Mason, going to Susquehanna to see them helps us, and we're just excited to carry through the rest of the season.
It's been really cool because we ran at George Mason, so we're seeing a lot of Division I teams on top of Division II and conference teams in Division III, and it was neat. Like at George Mason, there were some Olympic qualifiers there trying to get their times down and everything, so it's been good seeing the competition and also seeing athletes that are higher up.